So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today we're here for the player ratings between Newcastle United and Rochdale. You all know what's going to happen, don't you? I predicted 1-1, I wasn't confident. Newcastle United never go on a cup run, and I can guarantee Rochdale will go to St James's Park and get a result and get through. I can guarantee it. But we're not talking about that game, we're talking about this game. 1-1 draw. First off, we looked fantastic and they couldn't get anything. They changed it up, and that's what you've got to do as a manager. They changed it up and they got the result that was needed. They changed it and we couldn't handle with a 40-year-old striker. I talked about in the preview Aaron Wilbraham. He's got goals in him and we did not watch him. We'll go through the player ratings now, and I am absolutely disappointed, especially with one player, and you should be able to know who he is. Let's do the player ratings now, starting off with the goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. They only had 4 shots on target, but every single one of them chances were goal scoring opportunities. One was on the edge of the box, I can't remember who it was, obviously the goal, and then one of them, it was a fantastic save off the leg. Dubravka, for me, in the first half, he could have literally had a chair and sat on it and just had a nice little cosy time in Rochdale, which would have been hard anyways because it is a shithole. But Martin, you couldn't do enough about the goal. I'm gonna have to give him a 7. Yeah, we'll give him a 7. Some really good saves by Martin Dubravka. If Darlow started, would he have saved them? Probably not. Got a feel for him though. It's the FA Cup and Darlow can't even start. We'll go for the next player now. DeAndre Yedlin was on the right wing back and apparently breaking his hand after the Leicester game. He didn't break his hand, he's all good. And in the first half he was really dangerous going up top, creating a lot of chances. First half performance, great. Second half, everyone dropped, apart from a couple of players. But I didn't think Yedlin was absolutely fantastic. He wasn't one of them players where you could say he was shit, it was his fault. It wasn't. So Yedlin, I'm going to give a 5 because of his first half and how dominant he was going up the pitch. Moving on to the defence now, we'll go to the right centre-back, which was Emil Kraft. In the first half, I thought Emil Kraft was fantastic, in my opinion. Second half, he was very quiet. But in the first half, I found him very strong, Emil Kraft. I'm going to give Emil Kraft a 5 as well. Exactly the same reason for Yedlin. Very good in the first half and then very quiet in the second half. I thought Kraft, obviously he's in centre-back when he's normally a right-back. It is hard. But yeah, a 5 for me. Federico Fernandez was the captain today, and yet again haven't won where Federico Fernandez is captain, yet again missing the leader in the defence. Yes, Fernandez is experienced and whatnot, right, but he's not a captain, and he couldn't captain a defence against a League 1 team sitting in 18th. I didn't find him that great. Well, he was alright in the first half, but they had nothing to us in the first half. But as soon as the second half came round, then their players coming up with like Aaron Wilbraham, Fernandez couldn't handle him. I'm going to give Fernandez a 4 out of 10 today. First half, very quiet because they didn't really do anything. And then second half, he couldn't handle with a 40-year-old. 4 out of 10. Isaac Hayden, got a feel for him in my opinion. He's been hiding centre-back. And for me, he should have been rested. And we should have played a 4 at the back formation. But we didn't. Yet, I mean, what am I saying? Hayden had to go in centre-back, and you've got a feel for him. He's playing centre-back when he's normally a centre midfielder. It's hard. Yes, he's had experience there when he's younger. But I didn't think Hayden really put a foot wrong in my opinion. Yes, the goal was just easy for them to get up the pitch. But apart from that, I didn't think Hayden was too bad. I'm going to give Isaac Hayden a solid... If I've given all the other players like a 5, I've got to give Isaac Hayden a 5. He was alright. A couple of decent challenges, and unfortunately the goal was just very sloppy from our defence. Left wing back was Christian Atsu. From the first half, he was unbelievable in the first half. Got the assist for the first goal. He's running at defenders. And all of a sudden, click the fingers, changed. Completely. Coming back, passing it back. Yes, we're winning the game, but you cannot keep passing it back, because the player will just know what you're going to do. He's got the pace. Why is he not using it? Like in the first half, was he knackered? Did he get a bit tired? Because that's what it must have been. You cannot be a professional footballer, do so well in the first half, to then be so bad in the second half. For that reason, I'm going to give Atsu a 5, since he was so good in the first half. You've got to praise him for that. But in the second half, he wasn't good enough whatsoever. He got put into a combo when Richie came on, and he couldn't do anything there. He had no power on any of his shots that he had. Not good for Christian Atsu in the second half. So first half was good, second half shit. 5 out of 10, bang in the middle. Moving on to the Longstaff brothers, we'll do Matty. I thought Matty was the better Longstaff today. In the first half, he was fantastic in my opinion. Matty Longstaff really working hard, and I don't know what happened to Sean Longstaff. He's looked tired, slow, but you can't really use that injury as an excuse, since it was 10 months ago since he got that injury. Yes, it was a long one, and he didn't start playing again until about 4 months after his injury. But he's had all of the season, and he can't get into a team in the Premier League where Shelby and Hayden are fit. I thought Matty Longstaff today, we talked about Matty Longstaff, he worked hard, and he showed why he plays for Newcastle United. He really put the effort in and showed passion. That's what we want as fans. We wanted him to show passion, and he did so. Matty Longstaff for me is going to get a 6 out of 10. Moving on to Sean Longstaff now, and like I said, I didn't think he was that great, to be honest. He was quite slow. Yes, there was a couple of times where he found a really good pass, or he had a decent shot off and he put in a good tackle. Yeah, I can understand that, but it's so disappointing from how good he was last season, from January to March. Last season he was unbelievable. And I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's got to his head about being a bit more better player, like on social media and whatnot. I don't know if that's got to his head or not, but I don't know. I was going to give him a 4, but I'll give Sean Longstaff a 5 out of 10. He was alright. Yeah, 5 out of 10. Next player was Miguel Almiron. Yes, got the goal, fantastic finish. And as soon as he came off, downhill. For me, our best player, he's definitely getting the Man of the Match award. 8 out of 10. You can't go much wrong. Passion, fight, working hard. That's what he done. He worked hard for the team. Really good goal as well. It's not just like a tap in. Right in the top corner. Second goal for Newcastle. A really good finish. And a good performance from Miguel Almiron. Definitely our best player today. 100%. 8 out of 10. Yoshinori Muto, he came off of a slight injury, it looked like, which is disappointing because I found his effort in the first half was fantastic. That chance was a fantastic save by the goalkeeper, where it wasn't straight at the keeper, but he could have maybe got a bit more round into the bottom corner or the side netting, but it was a good save. I found him and Yedlin worked very well on that right hand side of the pitch, where Yedlin would push in and then he could just lay it off for Muto. There was a couple of times where he put a decent ball in the box for, I'm not going to mention his name, I don't think he deserves to be mentioned by his name at the minute, but I thought Muto tried. Disappointed to see him come off injured. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I found him alright today. If he scores that chance, he gets a bit higher rating and Newcastle go through to the 4th round, but no, it was a good save by the keeper. And the next player is Joe Linton. Yeah, we'll do Joe Linton now. 0 out of 10. Second time, 2 player ratings in a row. For me, he gets a 0. If he showed passion, if he showed fight, he would have not got this. But since he had none of that, you cannot give him higher than a 1. You've got to give him a 0, right? From his performance, awful. His chances were awful. There was a time where he done a really nice touch and then he hit a shot so weak, man. It literally rolled across the ground and the keeper had an easy, well, it wasn't an easy save. It looked like a good save from the keeper because he was going in the wrong direction. He thought Joe Linton was going to be shooting on the right, but he didn't. He shot on the left. No, to the keeper's left. I'm talking about the keeper. and it looked like a good save because he went the wrong way, but it was a poor shot from Joe Linton for the goal. He's got the ball right, and he loses it, which is fine. Everyone makes mistakes. But when you go and complain because it was a foul where it clearly wasn't, he won the ball fine, to then not even try and win the ball back. You need to have that determination to win the ball back for your football club, and you didn't. If you didn't go watch that reaction, lads, oh god, it was a mad one, right? It was already, I probably would have put it on the start, the I button, so make sure I watch that afterwards, because I go a bit off it with Joe Linton, and I'm disappointed, I really am, and I put a massive statement thing that I done on my Instagram and Snapchat. Make sure I follow them. Look, there is always a link in the description to my social medias and Twitter as well. But what's it called? I put on what I said about Joe Linton, and it wasn't good. It really wasn't. Yet again, another mistake made by the club. Now we all know why Rafa Benitez said he wasn't good enough. He's not worth 40 million, right? They could have signed Rondon, right, for 16.5 million, less wages, less price to sign him, and that would have made more money to maybe sign somebody else. We probably could need another centre midfielder, since there's like Key's going to be going. I forgot about the substitutes, lads. Oh well, you know what? I've given Joe Linton a 0. Sorry about that. I was too busy going off it. I thought I was about to end off the video there. Forgot about that. Let's do the substitutes. First one was Key. Yeah, it was Key. Then Richie. That was it, wasn't it? Was it? Aye, that was it. Key, I didn't find him too bad. He was a bit slow, which is understandable. He hasn't played since September. He found a couple of good passes, but Key 4. It's lovely to see Richie back. Matt Ritchie tried, screams at the players like always, but it wasn't to be today, and I'm going to just give Richie a 4 as well. Didn't really bring anything to the game, apart from the fans a bit more louder. Anyways, lads, that's the end of the video. Player ratings done. Do you agree with my player ratings? Have I went too harsh on Joe Linton? Should I give him mine? I'm never going to be doing minus numbers in the player ratings. I don't think you can be as bad to get a minus, but Joe Linton definitely gets a 0 today. Almiron, man of the match. Do you agree? Not in the whole game. Aaron Wilbraham was man of the match in the whole game. Fantastic. Spoke about him in the preview. Said need to watch him. Didn't start. Changed the game, and they got the goal. Obviously, next week we've got the Wolves game, and then I think after that the replay will be on the Tuesday or Wednesday. So, lads, it's been a pleasure speaking to you about the player ratings. What's the reaction to the game? I'll see you all in the next one. Joe Linton. Nah.